Hey, I'm Chris McMahon, a men's health and mindset coach. I'm super stoked that you're here, and today this is a topic that floats around social media all the time, like, is it possible to lose weight without actively dieting? And I'm going to say yes, it is possible, because there's the big four. The big four are often overlooked, and we're going to dive into them, and I'll tell you exactly what they are. But here's the thing. Before we get into it, I'm going to say this. If you want to lose weight and you're looking for like the best fitness thing you can possibly do, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Usually it's not adding a extreme workout in, or in fact, it might not be working out at all. Because usually working out, we have that tied into our head where it has to look a specific way. It has to be the thing that is going to have us drenched in sweat, wondering how many calories we can burn on the spin bike, right? There are all these different ideas that kind of pop into our head, and if we have a habit of jumping from diet to diet, trying one extreme thing to another extreme thing, like something like 75 hard, I'm going to say, no, let's not do that right now. So here are the 4 things that I suggest instead. Number 1, drink water. Drink more water. I'm not going to say how much you have to drink, because every human being is different. The likelihood of you drinking that water, if I tell you to hit a specific number, isn't going to help you. So here's what you can try. You could do 3 big old things of water like this. I think this is maybe 32 ounces of water. Whatever it is, get the biggest one you can possibly do. Aim to fill it up like 3 or 4 times per day. Ideally, it's 3 times, because you could just have it with every meal. That's your starting point. Anything above that is amazing. Anything below that, well, it just gives you an idea of what you can work toward and work on. Good, better, best. That's really what we're working toward here. So if you drink a lot of soda, maybe you start drinking diet soda. If you drink a lot of diet soda, maybe you start having, black tea. Maybe you go from black tea to water with lemon in it. Maybe you then have water. I don't know. There's a ton of things on that scale. So look, water is what you're working towards. So 3 big old things of water during the day is a great starting point. The next thing that you can start focusing on are balance plates. Balance plates are so very important, and a lot of us actually aren't doing that. So what's a balanced plate? I'm going to tell you. It's 50% fruits and vegetables, 25% carb, 25% protein, and a thumb of fat. That's what we're working up toward. Now you might be saying, oh, I don't do that. I don't do that right now. It's okay. You're working up toward it, and that's the important thing. We can start doing it. So instead of saying, I didn't do 50% fruits and vegetables, just, fuck it. No, we're not going to do that. What we can say is, all right, I'm just going to add a little bit more green to my plate tomorrow. There's wiggle room within all of this, but the idea here is to have 3 balanced plates per day. So look at that. We're having 3 big things of water, 3 balanced plates per day. They can be salads, they can be whatever you want, but the idea is to have 50% fruits and vegetables, 25% carb, 25% protein, and a thumb of fat. That's what we're working toward. The next thing is moving your body. Moving your body. But Chris, you said not to work out. You don't have to work. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes working out is really advanced for someone, especially if you do not like working out. Some people out there might say, well, you have to work out. I don't know why that's the voice I'm using. If you look at it that way, that's kind of that all or nothing thinking, right? So I have pretty much all of my clients just start off with walking. Walking is an amazing way to move your body if you can move your body in that way. If you can't walk, move your arms. Do a little dancing. Do a little chair dancing. Do a little chair stretching. There are all these different options that are available to you. The important thing is that you recognize how you can move your body and how that shows up in your life. I got thirsty. There was a crazy article that came out. It was a research paper and the folks at Stronger by Science put it out, basically talking about all mortality based off the total number of steps you take per day. So like it was something like 16,000 steps per day. The rate of your mortality decreases pretty drastically compared to people who are taking like 2,000, 3,000 steps. Now, that's really scary to hear. And I just want you to understand something. If you're currently taking like 2,000 steps and tomorrow you take 3,000 steps, that's fucking rad. I think that's the thing that we lose sight of when we hear things like from that article. It's like, oh no, I'm not doing enough. No, no, no. You're doing what you're doing right now. You can always add more. Try to make the minimums a little bit different for yourself. Have a bare-ass minimum, a BAM. Have a bare-ass minimum for yourself. It's like, okay, I'm going to walk up and down the stairs after lunch today, or I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk outside today. That's amazing, because 10 minutes turns to 20 minutes, turns to 30 minutes. 10 minutes is better than 0 minutes. 1 minute is better than 0 minutes. 1 minute is better than 0. 0 is the thing here. We always want to be better than 0. So pretty much anything you do is going to really help. A nice way that you can sneak it in, and I got this one from Jordan Syatt. He's an awesome dude if you're not following him on social media or checking out his YouTube channel. He talks about how to get steps in during the day, and it's something I've implemented. Whenever I'm making a phone call or I'm reading and I'm in my workspace, I walk around. I walk around. It's so much easier for me to walk around than sit stagnant sometimes. And it adds up, especially if you have a lot of calls during the day. Now, Zoom calls are a little different, but even if you're on a work call and your screen is off and you're listening and you don't have to speak, walking around sometimes is pretty beneficial. Always beneficial, especially because you'll be surprised at the ideas or thoughts that come up, right? So that's 3. So number 1, drink some more water. 3 of these bad boys, or whatever you choose. Again, this is like 32 ounces. So try to aim for that, 3 of those. Next one, balanced plates, 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. We're not skipping meals, right? The idea is we want to find balance. So adding those fruits and veggies to that plate, working up to that 50% mark is really, really big. The third one is move your body. Move your body. Try to get the amount of steps you can get. 10,000, cool. Less than that, but you're working up, amazing. 10-minute dance party, amazing, right? The idea is here, just move your body however best feels, move your body in a way that feels good for you. And the fourth one, and this is kind of tricky, guys, is get more sleep. Get more sleep. Seriously, the likelihood of you eating more increases the later you're up. Now, eating late at night is actually not going to cause you to gain a ton of weight if you haven't eaten enough during the day. And again, it's all balanced out. However, snacking late at night because we think we're hungry, when in fact it's not hunger and it's because we're tired, is what tends to have us gain weight. Instead of going to bed when we feel tired or exhausted, we're fighting against our body and trying to fuel our body in a way to keep us awake. Right? This happens to a lot of my clients, a lot of the folks I work with. They work crazy jobs with crazy hours. They have a lot of kids. They don't really get any time to themselves. So later in the evening, even though they're exhausted, even though their eyes are weighing down and they could fall asleep, they're like, oh, you know what? If I had some ice cream right now, I could stay awake. You know what? I'm going to have more. I'm going to have more. I'm going to have more in an effort to stay awake. That's really what it is. Ice cream isn't bad. It's just when we have too much of anything, it's not great for us. So we can look at it that way. It's like, okay, if I turn off screens and I go to sleep and I get just a little more sleep, that's going to help me. I'm going to be energized. I'm not going to have brain fog. The likelihood of me making decisions that aren't in alignment with what I'm trying to work toward. You see where I'm going? You see where I'm going with this? So get to bed. 7 hours is amazing. 8 hours is amazing. You don't really need more than that, and you really shouldn't have less than that. There are some people out there who will argue that, well, you know, I don't need as much sleep. No, science, no, you do need sleep. Everyone needs sleep. So let's go the route where science says, yeah, we need sleep. So those are the 4 things you can do. Those are 4 ways that you can lose or maintain weight without having to diet. I think that's something that we really lose sight of. Those are 4 biggies that we can implement into our life right now, that you can implement into your life right now. So what I would love for you to do is, if you like this video, it would be great if you hit the little like button, if you subscribe, if you comment below with your biggest takeaway. What did you take away? What did you learn? What is something that you thought of? What are some different questions you have? Ask the questions, because I will answer them, and maybe I'll make a video on your question, and that could be helpful for a ton of people, right? So again, Just try these 4 things, see how they work out for you. And remember, I got thirsty.